Hey, I want to talk about this whole term called like chosen, which I use that sometimes too, where I say like called and chosen and stuff like that. And I do believe it's some um it makes sense, but like I just feel like um on social media like it's so glorified and it's so um celebrated and like exalted and like all this stuff, and like that kind of creates envy for people that are so-called chosen, when it's really that their souls are in alignment with God. um that's when you are chosen, that's really what it is. Your soul is connected to God. You are in alignment with your highest self, with God, the most high God. And like that's, you have like a pure heart, like your soul, not saying you don't sin or you don't, not saying you're a perfect person, but your soul, your heart is in alignment with God's heart and stuff like that. That's just my opinion. That's what I think it is. And I feel like God chooses people according to their hearts, not your flaws, because if that's the case, nobody will ever be chosen, because everybody is flawed. Everybody has flaws. Everybody has sin. Everybody, whatever. So it's based on your heart. This is just my opinion. So anyway, um, on on like a lot of times I see on social media stuff, it's like glorified, like and then people feel like envious or whatever of people that's so called chosen. But the truth in the matter is, people that are like chosen have it the toughest. Like nobody like you. Girls don't like you because you have this aura about you that attracts people, so they always compete with you, whether it's intentionally or unintentionally, whatever. So girls, most times females don't like you. Guys don't like you because the same thing, you have this aura where you attract people to you, so they always assume that you're promiscuous or you won't be loyal to them, or it's just easy for you to replace them or something like that. So they don't ever, whatever. And then some men even get into that competitive spirit with you. Wherever you go, people rarely understand you or what you're going through, and they just always, it's always this air of like people think you have it easy, when in reality it's the opposite. Like all the people out here that was chosen, or like that's really in alignment, true alignment with God, have it the toughest. Like even Jesus, you know what I'm saying? When they spoke of Jesus in the Bible, Jesus didn't have it easy. Jesus was wandering around the earth, living with strangers, being accused, being mocked, being set up, all these terrible, and ultimately being unalived. So all of, and he was chosen, you know. So it's just like, and look at Joseph. He was chosen. He had a coat of multi colors, 9 colors. You know, I personally think that. Well, I'm okay. That's another thing. I can't get into that part right now, but so he was chosen. His siblings hated him. His brothers hated him. They threw him in a pit, and lied to their dad and said he was unalived. So just all the different people in the Bible that was chosen. Mary was chosen to carry Jesus. And, imagine telling the story of, you being impregnated by a spirit. Imagine how everybody laughed at her and mocked her and probably slandered her and probably was like all types of, so I feel like all the people that are chosen are put in these situations where they are mishandled and mistreated and wronged pretty much throughout most of their life until God reveals who they are. Like even with Jesus, he went through that for so long, and then God revealed who he is. But it's still, it's a hard and lonely fucking path. And like when I be scrolling on social media and I be looking around, I just be like, that's a pretty way to package it, but in real life that shit is not easy. It's very challenging. It's very difficult to lose things, to lose family. It's very difficult to lose even material things. It's very difficult to not be accepted or understood, or every time you say something it's taken the wrong way or it's twisted, or to be ridiculed or to be mocked or to be slandered. That's a tough road. It don't matter if you look good doing it. That has nothing to do with it. If it's a tough journey, it's a path. It's the narrow path for a reason, because not everybody walks that path. Why? Is because it's hard, very hard, extremely hard. So I don't know where this whole idea of like glorifying this path come from, or like making it seem like it's so super easy. Like my entire life was difficult. And like people, I don't know if people get the impression because I'm creative and I post about the things I want to create and the things that I'm interested in and all those kind of things, and maybe they think like, oh, she got, she like, oh my God, like things must be so easy for her or something like that. And it's like, absolutely not. Like my entire life has been challenging. Since I was 13, I've been on my own, taking care of myself since I was 13 years old, living house to house. I've been through a lot of shit in and out of shelters throughout my life. Stalked throughout my life, lied to about different things, in my family, and everybody turning their back on me, even people I loved the most turning their back on me, people slandering me, people twisting around my narratives and things that actually happened, and twisting it around to fit a narrative to paint me in a bad light. All types of stuff has been happening throughout my whole life. It's just that more recently, people are starting to see it now, but this been going on my entire life. It didn't matter if I had a car. It didn't matter if I had a house. It didn't matter if I had an apartment. It didn't matter if I lived in a room. It didn't matter if I lived in a shelter. It didn't matter if I was on a fucking bike. It didn't matter. It's what was going on in my environment, my majority of my life. And it has been challenging. And I recently was talking to somebody about this, and I was just saying, like, majority of my life has been fight or flight. And like, I just want to have a time where I can be like, I don't have to be afraid of whether I'm safe. And I don't mean that in like a physical way, like I'm a scary person, but just like on my nervous system, where my nervous system can relax and I can know like, okay, I can trust these people, or, okay, I'm safe. Okay, I know this person got my back. Okay, I know this is genuinely my friend. Or, okay, I know they rocking with me. I've never felt safe my entire life with my family, friends, relationships, none of that. The majority of the time, people was being sent into me to pretend like they were my friends, to pretend like they were love interest, so this chosen idea where it's all glorified, that's fake. I'm sorry, like that's not what it really is. I'm telling you, other people that really is chosen, they know the truth. This shit is hard, the hardest thing that I've ever experienced, but it's beautiful at the same time, because I know through it all there's a purpose in it from God. So that's the beautiful part, but it's not easy as people think that it is. So y'all can stop envying people because you probably got it easier than them.